Hi, I'm Maurice Woodcock. Usually I'm the Director of Estates Operations, but for 6 months I'm interim as Executive Director of Estates and Facilities Operations. We frequently ask you for your feedback through vehicles such as the staff survey. 2 things have been coming back quite consistently from you. Firstly, that you'd like to see greater visibility of senior management, and secondly, you'd like to understand what it is we're trying to do, what we're working on, and what is to come. So I'm going to try and cover those for you. One of the ways I'm going to do that is by coming to toolbox talks and team meetings, so you should see me at those in the coming months. Bianca Parker, my assistant, she's booking me into those. So hopefully I'm looking forward to seeing you soon. The second way I thought I could try and help is to do a weekly recording. And this is the very first one of those that I'm doing today. So I thought I would alternate. I'd have 1 week where it's me telling you about what the plans are, how things are going. And then I'll go out and about and I'll find people from estates and facilities and other colleagues. Ideally, I'd like you to tell me who you'd like to hear from and what you'd like to see. Would you like to see what happens in the piazza kitchen? Would you like to see what happens on an early morning cleaning shift, or in the plant room where the big boilers are, or how the district heating system works? There's about 400 colleagues of ours in estates and facilities, so I'm coming your way. Hopefully in the coming months, I'm going to have a mix of questions for you that I'm going to ask you. And I'm going to answer some of those questions now myself. So my date of joining, that was the 31st of March 2017. So nearly 5 years here for me. My day-to-day responsibilities, delivering a first-class service and the best possible experience to our campus users at the university. So that's students, staff and visitors, providing a really sound platform for them to do both their learning and their research, and to support our academic colleagues in what they're doing there. The favourite part of the job for me, that's meeting people in the team, finding out how they're doing, finding out what I can do to support them better. And I also really like hearing feedback from our customers, from the students, the staff and the visitors about how professional, how knowledgeable and how helpful the team are being, the estates and facilities team. Because I'm very proud of the estates and facilities team. I believe it's a very professional and well-trained and experienced team. What was my first ever job? My mum used to work in a pub making lunches. So during my school holidays, when I was maybe 13, I used to make sandwiches, and that was my first ever pay packet. So that was that. Favourite guitar solo? I thought I'd ask everybody that one just to see what the answers were. For me, I think it's probably the song The Fly by the band U2. My favourite hobbies? I'm cricket mad, and now one of my sons is as well. So I like playing cricket, watching cricket, taking him to cricket, coaching him and his friends, running the teams, cycling, both with my children and also on my own. The greatest achievement at the university, well, it's really seeing the estates and facilities team members succeed and get the recognition that they deserve. Perhaps one of the ultimate accolades we can all get at the university is winning one of the Vice Chancellor's Awards. And I'm really excited by what's happened in the past, in that I was there when the Boulderwood cleaning team won an award at the VC ceremony. That was then followed the next year by the Avenue catering team. And then we've had Billy Ann Harris, as she was then, who was our domestic services manager. And last year it was Ray Skinner, one of our security managers. So immensely proud of all of those who've won that. We can't all win the VC award, but we can all still do a really great job, and I like hearing the feedback. Outside of university, greatest achievement, I turned 50 last year, so I always wanted to cycle 100 miles in a day, so I did that. You might think I'm nuts for doing that. It was quite hard work, I won't lie. So just finishing off really, I want to keep talking about the university strategy. So I just wanted today to draw your attention to this wheel, as we'll call it. And I wanted to talk about one of the values today, which is environmental sustainability. It's here on the wheel. So there's lots of things we're doing in estates and facilities about that. We've got to try and figure out how we get to net carbon zero by the year 2030. That's not an easy thing to do. We use a lot of electricity and gas here, so a big challenge there. I think it's something we can all contribute to, though, on a daily basis, and I think we all do. It can start off by just putting the bit of waste that you use in the right bin. That's a big help. People are keeping the place clean and tidy. People are sourcing which company we're going to buy our electricity from. People are working on biodiversity projects. There's all sorts of stuff going on, and there's stuff you can get involved in if you're not already involved in it. So it's a big one we can all contribute to, and it really benefits not just the university but us. The strategy is being rolled out. It's brand new. It's very exciting because it heralds a new era for the university, and that we're planning to grow. I'd encourage you all to find out as much as you can about the strategy and try and understand what you can do to support it, to make us a great university, or sorry, an even greater university, because we're climbing the rankings at the moment. So please find out about that. You can get these books. You can find it on the university SUST site, and the Vice Chancellor, Mark Smith, as well as the Senior Vice President for Academic, Phil Wright, and my boss, who's called Wendy Appleby, who's Vice President of Operations. They're coming out and they're talking to us all about the strategy and talking us through the thinking and how it's going to work. There's one more session to run, and that's going to be on the 11th of April in room 1001 in the Centenary building in the big lecture theatre. I'd encourage you to be there if you possibly can. It seats 250 people. We're going to make sure it's as safe as we can for people. Please tell your manager if you're planning to go. Anyway, thank you for listening, and I'll see you next week for another one of these. Bye now.